Welcome to another class in assembly level language programming. Today we will be discussing smallest of n numbers. And we will be discussing is smallest of n numbers. Right? There will be n numbers listed and you will be finding the smallest of those n numbers. In this particular example, I have taken n as 5. So I will be finding the smallest of the 5 given numbers. So my input will be 1100 will be my n value. Right, and from 1101 starting from 1101 to 1105 I have the 5 numbers listed, and this program will find the smallest of these 5 numbers. Right, your n value can change. It can be 10 numbers. So 1100 you can have a 10 there, and you can have 10 numbers, and this program also will find the smallest of the 10 given. Right, the n value can be anything. Right, in this case I have taken it as 5. Let us start the program. LXI H comma 1100. So load X here always means it is going to represent a 16-bit value. I is immediate, right? So immediately my data is present. My data here is 1100. It is a 16-bit data. It is immediately available in the instruction itself. I am loading that into HL register pair, right? So my HL register pair value will be 1100. HL register pair's value is 1100. Line number 2. Line number 3 is MOVC comma, right? So before that you should know what is the value of M. Whatever the HL register is pointing, value present in that particular address is your M. HL register now is pointing to 1100, or the value of HL register is 1100. The value present in that particular memory location 5, that will be your value of, okay. So M is the value present in 1100. I will repeat. What is M? M is memory. Memory will always contain the value of the HL register's address. The HL register pair will contain one address. That address value your memory. In our case, HL register is going to contain an address 1100. The value present in that particular address 1100 is 5. That will be your, right? In other words, if this is HL register value, this will be the M value, right? Yes, that's how it goes. Next, line number 4, INX So INR means increment. Whenever you have INX, it is incrementing the register pair. We have to increment the HL register pair, right? So HL register pair is 1100. We are incrementing it 1100 plus 1, 1101. So I have incremented my HL register. Next, what I should do, I should decrement C. I told you the value of M is nothing but, here we said what is the value of M? Whatever is the address in HL register pair, that value is M. We have to move that M to C. So we would have already moved that M value to C. After that we are decrementing C. When I decrement C, my C value becomes C minus 1. So the C value was 5. Now it is, right, in line number 3, C value must have been 5. Now we are decrementing. In line number 5, it is going to become minus 5 minus 1, 4. Right? So line number 3 was MOV C comma M. M value was 5. We have moved it into C. Line number 5, we are decrementing C. This is C minus 1, which is become 4. Line number 6. Move A comma M. The contents of M. What is the contents of M again? You should see whenever I am going to change my value of HL register pair. Okay, whenever my value of HL register pair is changed, immediately my M value will be whatever is pointed by HL register pair. Now HL register pair is pointing to 1101. So my M value will be 27. So what is the M now? Now current M value is 20. Since 1101 is my HL register value, my M value will be 27. What am I supposed to do? I have to move M to A. Here is the accumulator. I am going to move M value, which is 27, to, again I am going to say INX H, line number 7, INX H, which means increment H value. H becomes, HL register pair becomes 110. So I have incremented the HL register pair. As soon as I increment the HL register pair, to make things easier, what I can do is I have to specify my M value is 65. You can see the memory location. 1102's value is 60. Your M. So I have incremented. Right? As soon as I increment or change the HL register pair, it is better to always write the M value. Line number 8 is compare M. So compare M with what? I have to compare A and yesterday we have already seen the same compare command. Here compare command, what it does is it will compare A and M. There are three cases: A less than M, A equal to M, A greater than M. When A is greater than M, carry flag will not be set. Carry flag will remain 0. When A is less than M, carry flag will be set. A is less than M, carry flag will be set. That is what you should remember for this program. Okay. See, if A is less than M, the carry flag will be. In our case, I am comparing A and M. So A is less than M. If A is less than M, the carry flag is going to be. Right. Remember that now the carry flag is. Jump on carry to skip. The carry flag is set. I have to jump to line number 11, right, which is decrement C. Right. So what I am going to do, I am not going to change the value of A. Since A is less than M, I will not change the value of A. I will keep A as 27 only, and I am going to go to line number 11, where I am going to decrement C. Right. So what I am trying to do here, I am trying to save the lowest number. I want to save the lowest number. That is the logic. Let us see. I am going to keep 27 as it is, and I am going to go to line number 11. DCR. So decrement C. C is equal to C minus 1. So 3. Right. Going to be DCR is 3 now. C register is 3. If C register is 0, then I will come out of the loop. As of now, C register is not 0. So I will go back to loop, which is line number 7. Line number 7 says INX H, means I have to increment my HL register pair. As soon as I increment my HL register pair, that value I have to store it in M, right? And then proceed. Line number 8, compare M. So I'm going to again compare A and M. A is 27, M is 43. A is less than M. A is less than M, then the carry flag will be set. Right? The carry flag will be set is what you should remember. The condition. So carry flag is set now. Jump and there is carry. Yes, there is carry. So I will jump to skip. Okay. Again, decrement C. I am decrementing C by 1. Right? If it is C is 0, then I will come out of the loop. No, C is not 0. So I am going to go back to loop, which is line number 7. Again, increment INX 11 0 1104. As soon as I put 1104, 1104's value is here. That is nothing but 12. Your right. Okay. So what I have done, I have incremented H. My HL register pair has become 1104. So the value of M is going to be 12, which is the contents of 1104. Now I have to compare M. So compare M, which is 12, with A. A is greater than M. So far A was less than M. This particular case, A is greater than M. If A is greater than M, carry flag will not be set, which means there is no carry. If there is carry, you have to jump to skip. If there is no carry, go to line number 10. MOV A comma M. Here you are moving M to E. So now your A becomes 12. So again, let me tell you what is the logic of the program. We are trying to keep the smallest number. We are trying to store and keep the smallest number in our accumulator. If the accumulator value is smaller than M, you don't have to worry. Keep it as the same. If your M value is smaller than the accumulator, then you change the value of A. Now you make sure that A has the smallest value, right? Because A is the value, we are going to show us the smallest number, right? That is done. So now we have compared M. So there is no jump. So line number 10, move A comma M. M value is 12. We have moved it into A. Done. Okay. Next is decrement C. Line number 11, decrement C comes minus 1, 1. Still C is not equal to 0, which means you have to continue. Go back to loop. Line number 7, increment H. H is 11 0 5. As soon as H is incremented, the value of 1105 is 30. Yes, I have the value of 1105 as 32 was here. Right. Now what I should do? I have to compare M and A. I have to be comparing m and a value. Right. So let us see what we are doing. 32 compare with 12. 12 is a, 32 is m. A is less than m. Right. If a is less than m, there is what? Carry is there or not? When a is less than m, there is carry. A is greater than m, there is no carry. A is less than m, there is carry. Right? If there is carry, you have to skip it. You have to simply decrement. I am decrementing c, c is become 0. If it is not 0, I have to jump to loop. Now it is 0, so I will come out of the loop and I have to store my value. What value? A value, STA. The contents of the accumulator will be stored in location 1110. So the contents of your accumulator is 12. 12 has to be your result. It has to be 1200. It has to be stored in location 12. Let us go and check whether 12 is there in 1200. Right? So 12 is there in 120. You understand? Add our inputs at 1100 as 5 is the n value, 27, 65, 43, 12, 32. 12 is the smallest number. That has to be your output. It has to be in location 1200. That's what you have told in the program. So I will go to location number 1200 and check whether my output is right. My output is right. This is how the program works. The smallest of n number. Yes, you understand? The same program can be easily converted into largest of n numbers. Right? Let us see how that happens. I'm going to now show you the program for finding out the largest number of the n given numbers. So the program is the same. Only change here is instead of JC, here we are going to say JNC. What do you mean by JNC here? Means jump when no carry. Jump when there is carry. So what are we doing? We are trying to keep the largest number in A. Okay, the largest number should be always in A. Okay, in any case, A is smaller, then we have to change m's value, we have to store it in A. Same logic as the previous program, only changes has to be not JC, instead of that you should have JNC. Understand? So that will be the largest of n numbers. So let me again execute them and show you. Compiling this program, right? 1100. The values remain the same. I have not reset the memory. So I have n as 5. I have the same numbers here. So I have to go to 1200. See that I am getting the largest of n numbers. Yes, my output is 6. The largest of. Right. Let us quickly also see how this program works. Right. So only difference is largest of n numbers, instead of JC skip, you are going to have JNC skip in line number 9. That is the difference. Still, let me show you how it works. Okay, let me delete all these values. See how the program is going to. Again, let me start. So my inputs are the same, right? I only want to find the largest of n numbers now. LXA H comma 1100. So HL register is going to be 1100, right? As soon as HL register is 1100, M value is 5, right? Line number 3, move C comma M. So M value has to be moved to C. INX H, so 1100 will become 1101. Decrement C, C is going to become move A comma M. Whatever is the value of M has to be moved to A. The value of M now is 27 because that is the contents of 1101. 27 is the value of M. It has to be moved to. So we have taken the first number. We are going to compare it now. Right. MOV A comma M is done. INX H. So I am incrementing the value of HL register pair 1102. As I increment, I will write the value here as 60. So I have two values. First value is 27, second value is 65. I will compare. Compare M. If A is less than M, there will be a carry. A is less than M, there will be a carry. So remember that there is a carry. When there is no carry, skip. But when there is a carry, you have to proceed. There is jump on no carry to skip. But there is a carry. So we will not jump. Instead, we will go to line number 10. Move A comma M. So M value 65. That value will be moved to. Now A value is 65. Okay. Decrement C becomes 3. Right? C is not 0, so it going to go back to loop. Increment H 110 is H value. As soon as I increment H value, I will write value will be 43. Right? So compare 43 and 65. Okay. A is greater than M, which means there is no carry. A is greater than M, there is no. So when there is no carry, you have to go to skip line number 11. Decrement C. Coming to again loop. Decrement H. This value is going to be 12. Decrement H is over. Compare M. M and A we are comparing. A is greater than M. So there is no carry. There is no carry. You have to skip that line and come to line number 11. DCRC. Coming 1. So again loop. Go back to loop. Loop says INX H. So increment H. So 1105. The value of H. 05's contents is 32. That is the value of M. Right. Now we are going to compare M and A. A again is greater than M. A is greater than M. There is no carry. Skip and come to decrement C. I am decrementing C. C value has become 0. Jump when it is not 0 to loop, but it is 0. So I am coming out of the loop. The contents of accumulator, which is 65, is your largest number. Understand? To see how the output works, 65 should be the largest number. This is the input I have given in the program. Go to 1200 to check my output. 65 is my number. Yes, same logic, right? Same program. In fact, only thing is there is only one change. If it is JC skip, it is smallest of n numbers. If it is JNC skip, it is largest of. Hope you have understood this problem. Thank you.